Yes. Hello everyone, welcome to our SOPA webinar. SOPA, or Settlement Online Pre-Arrival, is a national program funded by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, or IRCC, providing pre-arrival orientation, employment and workplace culture, communication support for immigrants coming to Canada. SOPA is offered across Canada except for the province of Quebec. And in Manitoba, Altered Minds is the partner agency for SOPA, and for SOPA clients who are bound to Manitoba. My name is Mila Dakwag, the intake counselor for SOPA Manitoba, and by engaging with our SOPA program, you can get settlement help and referrals, develop job search and communication skills, and understand Canadian workplace culture. And my colleagues and I are here to ensure that you arrive in Manitoba better prepared, more confident, and enter the workforce sooner. So please visit our website, arriveprepared.com, for more information. Settlement Online Pre-Arrival is our topic for today. And our webinar will be talking about important information about internationally educated accountants that they should have to be aware of before arrival to Manitoba to better prepare for your accounting career in the province. I am very glad to introduce Herbert Herrera. He will join our webinar later on, and he is our presenter for today. Herbert came to Canada in 2007 as an internationally educated accountant from the Philippines. He currently works at Canada Revenue Agency, or we call it CRA here in Canada, as Income Tax Officer. Herbert will tell more about himself as we proceed. And welcome, Herbert.
So, hello to everybody. I'm so happy I was here. Thanks to Mila for introducing me to SOPA. And again, my name is Herbert Herrera, and I'm a CPA CGA here in Manitoba. And like Mila said, I came into Manitoba last 2007, so 10 years now. And I immigrated to the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, and I decided to immigrate here because of I think it will be to give my family better opportunity. So before I immigrated here in Manitoba, my job, I used to work with Bangko Sentral of the Philippines, which is Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. I was actually acting assistant manager before I came in here and leave that career behind. And again, majority of my my consideration to go in here is I have a big extended family here. That's why I chose Canada to immigrate in. A little bit about my journey. You know, 10 years ago, it's easier, I think, for immigrants to get jobs here. And but right now, from what I've heard and what I'm seeing, it is actually very, very competitive. So it's very, very important for people who are new here, or people who wanted to immigrate in Canada, especially in Winnipeg, in Manitoba, to be prepared. And you know that there's going to be challenges that's awaiting for you here, but I'm telling you, after you get your designation, the rewards and the recognition is really, really, really good. It's worth it. It really is. I'm originally from the Philippines, the province of Cavite, and municipality of Imus. And now I'm living here in Winnipeg, which everybody would tell you is Winterpeg. But you know what? We like the community here. I think people are very very friendly and very immigrant um, uh, friendly, immigrant friendly environment. So I think people would love here. Um, uh, I completed. I am a certified public accountant back in the Philippines, so I took my accounting degree in this institute. And what inspired me to become an accountant is actually a funny story. I think back then in Imus Institute, there's only a few courses that are available to us, and I guess the only courses that really that has a big upside to it is accounting program. So I decided I'm gonna go to accounting, and I know back then that I'm pretty good at math. So and I thought that accounting is so, but it's more than that. So in terms of my preparation for getting a designation here in Canada in Winnipeg in Manitoba, gonna talk about that because it's no longer applicable to all the people that's just gonna be immigrating here or a new immigrant here in Winnipeg. So I'm gonna talk about what is applicable now, which is this, before we had three legacy programs. So that's CMA, which Certified Management Accountant, CGA with the Certified General Accountant where I came from, and CA which is Chartered Accountants. Now they merge into one organization. So right now we have CPA Manitoba, which is Chartered Professional Accountant in Manitoba. So that's the program that everybody's gonna go in now to get a designation. So back in the Philippines, we call it certified public accountant. So basically, that's the same thing. I guess here we just call it designation instead of a license. So pre-arrival tips. So first and foremost, I think you have to go to CPA Manitoba. The website is gocpamb.ca. I think that's the first and foremost thing that you should do. CPA Manitoba holds a lot of information session, including online ones, webinar session, which can be viewed with an internet connection anywhere in the world. So you can try and Google CPA Manitoba, and you'll see some of the videos there. That's I think will be very helpful for those who are deciding to go here in Manitoba. And I guess once you move here in Manitoba, so the first step in the process would be to assess your transcript. While because CPA Manitoba does recognize foreign educated individuals. I think the only question there, I guess, is we have an assessment which basically would convert those foreign credentials to Canadian standards. So that trying what the CPA is trying to do, where you actually have to before you start the CPA program, you actually are required to get a degree. So what for a lot of people, what happens is when their transcript get assessed here in and they probably have to take a few more courses in order to get the degree requirements that CPA require. Um, and right now, the way they assess the transcript is that they're going to require an official transcript coming from your school. So it's called a third-party verification, which is third party from CPA is doing the assessment, and it's through World Education Services or WES, and then they're gonna send their assessment to the CPA to say basically what subjects do you need to take in order to get your degree equivalency. So an example of subject would be like income taxation, because definitely the income taxation that we had in the Philippines would be different in the income taxation here in Canada. Another one is law, business law. Of course, again, quite a difference on the business law here compared to business law in the Philippines. So financial assistance. The CPA Manitoba Foundation offer bursary. So what that is, it's like a scholarship. So basically, they're gonna give you money towards the cost of the program. So and information can be obtained again in the CPA website, which is cpamb.ca foundation /foundation. And CPA currently is also in partnership with Steinbach Credit Union. This is a local credit union which is functioning as a bank here in Canada. So they offer loan assistance, and which also can be found in Go CPA dot sorry Go CPAMB.ca. Um, in terms of challenges that I encounter obtaining my accounting designation, I think for a lot of people, the biggest challenges, and this is also true for me, is the English communication skills. I really think that especially if you're taking CPA classes where everything is basically um, you're not taking a multiple choice exam, so you're gonna be drafting a report, drafting communication, drafting memorandum, in order to pass that subjects or that program. So English comprehension it has to be good, or else I don't think there's any chance for you to pass um, the to get the designation if you don't have any good English comprehension. So what I usually do, I guess just a tip for people that's going to be entering the CPA program. What I did, because my niece was basically born here in Canada, so she doesn't speak Tagalog at all. So when I first came here, I guess that's my I talked to my niece and I forced myself to talk in English. And I did a lot of reading when when I first came here, also to improve my English, and just watching movies, English movies, and just watching how they talk, right? I think that's going to improve your English a lot. And practicing it with somebody, I think that's the most effective way of doing it. Um, another, I guess, another challenge is for me, because when I first came here, because back then there was three accounting designation that you can get, and I didn't have much information about it, other than talking to my cousin, which is back then was in the CGA program. So, it, as my advice to everyone who's listening, that's are interested in entering the CPA program, doing your research before you go into the program, that actually would help you a lot, because at least you know what what to expect in the program, and you would know what you need to take, what are the courses, and I think CPA website have pretty good information about that, so that's going to help you a lot. And it's kind of funny, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to share this story. My first exam, getting the CGA, I failed it because I think it's just the way we are trained back in the Philippines. It's a multiple choice question, right? Again, here in Canada, it's not going to be a multiple choice. You have to basically look at some situation and basically drop a memo recommending to your clients what they need to do about income taxes and accounting itself. So preparing would be a pretty good way to make sure that you get your accounting designation. And of course, one big challenges I would say would be that the time that it took uh, for me and for everybody who's going to be entering the program to complete the and to get your designation. According to the CPA, I think if you pass everything, it usually would take you 4 years to get the designation. But I mean, and a lot of people ask me about like, is it worth it? And I'm gonna tell you, it is worth it. If you are as ambitious as me, or probably more than me, um, you should take it. You should definitely aim for getting a designation here because if you don't, then you're gonna be stuck at the entry level job, which I don't think anybody, especially if you're a CPA back in the Philippines, I don't think you want that. I think you want to be at least at par at what you have in the Philippines. Like that's my attitude when I came here. Like I was as acting assistant manager in a big organization in the Philippines, which is Bangko Central, and I want to be the same thing. And fortunately, right now I'm working for Canada Revenue Agency, which is again a big organization here in Canada. And I'm not yet a manager, but I'm working towards that. Um, uh, what else? I think every now and then you should take some breaks, especially and this goes with actually what happened to me because when I immigrated here, we are a young family. Because when we immigrated here, I got a 1-year-old and one on the way. So as you can imagine, it was a we are a busy family. So I made sure that I took my summer off to spend my family, to spend my kids, because basically when you undergo in the program, you don't have any social life. I'm telling you right now, it's time consuming and there's a lot of preparation required. Uh, and my social life basically is my family and my relatives here in Winnipeg. Other than that, I don't go to bar. I don't go to any uh, gatherings, social gatherings whatsoever, except for my family, right? Um, and what else? So I guess it's very, very important to take some breaks here and there to sort of recharge yourself. Uh, and And in these slides, as you can see, there's a variety of helps that CPA enumerated that is available for students who are in the program. So their website is again a pretty good source for information. So and they have information session, and you can do it in person or online to get better understanding with your eligibility in the whole program. So, and you can also talk to them. And I know that that is happening. I've been to their office, and they actually gave me a tour when I came to their office, and they have a room there. So people, and they were telling me about like people that comes in and basically meet them in person to get a like an individual face-to-face appointment and question, especially for people who have a lot of questions about the program. And then there's a lot of specifics that only they can answer. So even me, because I didn't go through this program, so I don't feel that I'm confident enough to answer those questions. So CPA is actually recognized globally. So we have tie-ups with other countries. I know we have a member of agreement with India. Um, there's a memorandum of agreement with United States too. But of course, every other countries they have legislative requirements, so you just have to consider that. But again, I'm gonna repeat this CPA designation is recognizing. So, but depending on your work, I guess, and where are you working, um, you might have to do something in order to apply your designation to other regions. In terms of tips, my tips for internationally educated accountants would be, first you have to decide whether you want to go to a CPA program. I think with that, and again, I'm going to emphasize this, researching is very, very important. So go to the CPA website, go, you'll get your CPA designation, so you'll have some information to decide whether you want to go through the program or not. But if you ask me if it is worth it to go through the program, and I'm going to say yes, it is, because once you got that designation, basically your opportunity is limitless. Like you can be working from any government agency here in Canada. You can also be working with big corporation here in Canada, and you could be like anywhere. And you have opportunity to get an exciting job like a controller or a CFO, which is a big management position in any companies. So another advice would be to get in touch with your with the schools where you did and when you got your accounting degree. Because again, the first process when you undergo with the program, it would be the assessment of your credentials. And basically what's going to happen is somebody from CPA or the third party, which is actually a related organization with the CPA, would send a letter to your school asking for the original transcript of records. And if you have somebody there just to make sure that when they get the letter, they're not going to sit on it for months and months, right? So that's going to help you a lot in the whole process, in a way that you're not to facilitate the process. I guess in a more efficiently. The CPA website have pre-arrival tips also that you can check. And there's a couple of options for internationally educated accountants. So if they decided they're not going to go through the CPA program, which is the only designation program that we have here in Canada. So right now, CPA is currently, and I think they're still working on the schematics, but they're offering now an advanced certificate in accounting and finance. So what that is basically it's for people who didn't want to finish the program but wanted to advance their career, right, or advance their studies. So basically, it's something in the middle of starting the program and completing the program. So you will be required to go through the program, but just to complete a certain level, and then they'll give you a certificate, and that's going to be recognized here in Canada. And basically, that aims for like the mid-level jobs here, maybe supervisory job in accounting. So, and one more option, I guess, if you still don't want to go do that, you can always enroll to the university here in Canada, in Manitoba, for example. Like I know there's colleges here like Red River College who offers the accounting degree. Also, you can go to University of Manitoba or University of Winnipeg. I think they both offer accounting degrees. That way, you'll have your degrees here in Canada, and that could get you into the accounting and finance industry. And I guess another one, some of the colleges here, like the small colleges, Robertson College, CDI College, and Hurston College, I think they offer a certificate program, which is it's like a vocational degree. So you'll get a certificate, say like an accounting assistant certificate, which it's good if you just wanted to try the accounting that's good for people who just want to get a job in accounting, like a bookkeeper and data entry level job.
So thank you for taking this webinar, and thanks to our guest Herbert Herrera for putting all the informations together. He gave a lot of informations with regards to how he go through the process, and also a lot of information about the CPA college or regulatory body here in Manitoba for internationally educated accountants who are preparing for the transition here in Manitoba. So here are a list of resources which you can visit again, which was shared by Herbert a while ago. So you can go for a CPA program. So we have the link in here. Financial assistance, you can also see the links in here. And the CPA Canada Guide to Accounting Business Culture, which is a YouTube. And the Advanced Certificate in Accounting and Finance, which I think was shared by Herbert with regards to those people who wanted to go on a route, different route, which is similar to accounting. Okay, so visit us online again, and anytime soon you can go back to our website, arriveprepared.ca, if you wanted to, of course, register to our program, Settlement Online Pre-Arrival. And in our website, entry program, so you can see in here our programs to immigrants who have landed here in Manitoba. So this is post-landing, post-arrival. So thank you again, everyone, for taking the time and watching this webinar. And we will have more webinars coming soon, talking about different regulated professions in Manitoba. So stay tuned. And in our website, there are other 3 programs, regulated programs that we had completed in the past, engineering, nursing, and we had the teachers. So go to our program, go to our website and look into these regulated professions. The upcoming ones, we are trying to figure out and put in for trades and human resources. So stay tuned on these upcoming webinars that SOPA will have in the future. Thank you, and goodbye for now.